So in this video, we're gonna do some upgrades to my Redcat Volcano with the help from my friends at RC All-Wheel Drive. Sent me these parts. So I think the first thing we need to start with is the gearbox mounts. So looking at this and what I have to replace, I pretty much have to dismantle this whole thing. So let the teardown begin. Okay, so we got the front bulkhead off the chassis and we have to replace this. So we have to pop these hinge pins out and then put these aluminum ones in. Now we're down to the last thing, and that is we have to pull these hinge pins out and then we're ready for the aluminum. So with these, there is a front and a rear. So I took this off the front. You have to look, this is the front. You see this edge here? It matches this edge here. You notice how this one's a little bit different. It has a notch cut out of it there. So this is the rear, this is the front. Okay, so we got that done. So now we're gonna put the shock towers on. Now there is no front and rear to these, but one side does have a machined edge and the other side doesn't. So you'd probably want the machined edge towards the front. Before we go any further, we need to take the wheels off and get these axles out of here so we can put the CVDs in. So that was pretty easy. I'm gonna do the same for the other side. All right, let's continue on now. We got the other side done. Make our connection here. Same with the other side. And now we can put our shocks on. These are all aluminum, but I don't think they have any oil in. So let's spin these open, see if there's any oil. There's a little bit of oil, but it's not filled up all the way. So I'm gonna put my own oil in. We're gonna try 30 weight. We work out all those air bubbles. So I got the shocks all filled with oil, and now it's time to mount them to the shock tower. Now they give you the hardware you need. You have a screw and then you have this little ball, but they pop in here. So you can use that, or you can actually use the ones that are on your stock shock mount. All right, we got one down, 3 to go. And here it is. It looks so good now with all 4 shocks on, and you have to pay attention here. These are different sizes. The bigger ones go towards the front, and then the smaller ones go to the inside. And then while I was at it, I put the body posts on. So now we can put this back on the chassis and work on the rear. To do the rear, it's basically the same thing as the front. So I don't know that I'm gonna show any of this unless I run into something that might be useful information. I'm just gonna jump right to this being done. After I took all the screws out on the bottom to take this bulkhead off, to get this to slip out, you have to take this drive shaft cup off. And then it might take a little bit of prying, but then you can get that off there. It's all back together now, and oh, it looks really good with that blue and the purple. Now all that's left to do is put some wheels on and pop in a battery and take this out the rip.
it for this battery. It's getting pretty low. Have some damage here. I busted the body. I came down, I slammed pretty hard, and yeah, broke the body. So one thing I was curious about was the CVD axles. I was wondering if they would pop out of the diff cups, because I know with the stock dog bones and even the last dog bones that I had on here, if you turned all the way to the right or the left, the dog bone would pop out of the drive cup. So these CVDs must be long enough that the drive shaft doesn't pop out of the drive cup. So that's good. Good job, RC all-wheel drive, on that. Everything else held up pretty good. The shocks did their job, and well, the shock mounts, they're just shock mounts. So like everything held up. Thanks again, RC all-wheel drive, for sending that stuff. I'll leave a link to their website, and I'll put affiliate links in as well, where you can purchase anything that I just installed in this video. But there's gonna be one more video. I have one more upgrade for the Volcano EPX, and that is, we're gonna go brushless. We're gonna get rid of this 550 brushed motor. But thanks for checking out the video. Click the subscribe button if you didn't already, and I hope to catch you on the next video when this goes brushless.